Pedigree, consistency, stability. Those are the three words you probably want to remember when in conversation about Drew Dalman. I got more, but let's get it cracking. Yo, 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 no maniacs, super no maniacs, and all in between. Welcome to another edition of Feed the Bears. Fresh off a 4-hour podcast of, covering this free agency frenzy. It was wild, but it was fun. It's a long show. I didn't get to eat nothing until probably about an hour or so ago, 2 hours. I feel a little bit better now. And so I know a lot of people probably want to hear a little bit of a breakdown. No, I won't be doing any videos. That's just wasted. That's a lot of time wasted for me. It's a lot to do over here. And no need for me to be doing video breakdowns. I'll describe to you what I see on film. And Drew Dalman, I've been studying him off and on the entire offseason, along with these kids in the draft, man, watching them all, taking some time to make sure I got free agency covered, some of the players that we possibly could be getting in free agency. And he was definitely one of them. I was on record saying that, I felt really, really strongly about Ricky Stromberg, and I still do. But this is a really good signing. All that aside, this is not about what I want. This is about what they did and what they feel like they need inside the building. It's a strong, strong signing for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, let's get with the stuff right there on the surface. Let's get with that stuff first. The rock solid stability you now have on the interior of your front now, with those three pieces being Drew Dalman, Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson. That is stability for a quarterback beyond measure. You can't really quantify how big of a difference that's going to be for Caleb Williams. You have to really think about how much stable that's going to be. Another thing I heard that Drew Dalman, he turned down maybe a couple of offers from other teams because he wanted to come here. And I remember someone said that live on the air. I don't know if it was Triple R or FFG, but first thing that went through my head is, of course, he turned down other offers to come here. He's going to be surrounded by Pro Bowlers. Why wouldn't you? That's exactly what that's the situation he's coming. He's leaving a very consistent, very stable situation in Atlanta on the offensive line to come into a different situation. You're going to be looking for some stability, and you want to play around guys that know what they're doing. And so that, I think, to me, it all ended up being exactly the way the doctor would order. You went and you made trades to get those two guards, just to set the table to be able to get this guy in free agency and make this situation attractive to him. And so I think that's what happened. The idea and the goal and the plan was to go out there and secure these other guys that's going to play around him, secure those pieces first, and then make yourself attractive in free agency when it comes time to get him in the building and get him on paper. You'll be able to do it easily now because that's an easy situation to acquiesce to. And so I thought it was a great setup, man. I just have to give kudos to the people inside House Hall. We give them a lot of SHIT on a regular basis about things they do and the things they don't do. But I don't know that we spend enough time giving those guys credit for when they set it up right and they tee it up right and they get it right. The plan comes together and they work it out. This was a great situation, a great setup. They really teed this thing up very, very well, man. I think that should be noted. But let's get into the personal player. Now, watching this film, to me, like these three words, pedigree. Let's talk about that first since we're here. Pedigree. I don't know about how that many people know he comes from a great pedigree. His dad is Chris Dalman. He played for the 49ers back, I think, when I want to say when Ricky Waters was a running back or something like that. It might have been a little bit after that. I don't know. But excuse me, my phone is ringing. My girlfriend, man. But we're talking about pedigree. His dad, Chris Dalman, was playing for the 49ers. Now, this is important. He got drafted by the 49ers, played 7 years in the NFL, and every single one of them for the 49ers. That's rare. That's very rare. I mean, especially these days. Even back then it was pretty rare. But that is rare. And you have to be a dog in this league in order to play for the same team for 7 years and retire and finish out your career with the same team that drafted you. You got to be a dog. And his dad was that. And so that part, I love that part of it. The fact that this guy comes from a pedigree situation where this is his dad's line of work. This guy knows what he's doing. He was taught well. And his dad, I think, was a coach up until a few years ago, still in the NFL. But this guy comes from a solid pedigree. You look at him on film, and I hear all the stuff about, and this is part true. You hear all the stuff about he's not that good as a pass protector. I wouldn't say, I would just say this. As a run, as a run blocker, that's when he shines. And so that's probably the main feature about Drew Dalman that I would circle is his run blocking is spectacular. And I'm when you compare the two, the run blocking to the pass blocking, it's different. He's not the same guy, in pass protection, but he's solid. He's solid. He's not going to win all the time one-on-ones. He's not. But I wouldn't say he's a bad pass protector. And I don't know that I heard too many people saying that, but I just want to get myself out on the record and say I don't think he's a bad pass protector. Is he perfect? No. No pass protector is perfect. But he's solid. So I use the words pedigree for a reason, consistency for a reason, and stability for a reason. The consistent part of it is, no matter what he's doing, whether it's, getting off the ball in the run game, that's one of the features that really stuck out to me. He really, really gets off the ball, and he takes the fight to them instead of allowing the fight to come to him. He really gets off that ball, and boom, he's on top of his assignment. And you like that in the leg drive. He's really strong in the lower body. That's another little feature about him. But that consistency on being pretty solid in both areas. Solid communicator, solid communicator, but solid and just way above average in the run game. I would just say stable and consistent in pass protection. And that's pretty much all you can really ask for when you're getting a guy like this. Are you consistent in what you do? And I would say yes, yes, and yes. Absolutely. We got a good situation going on in the interior. We really do. And the stability that an experienced center, this is the last part. The experienced center provides so much. And let's talk about this when we describing the unit that he's going to play with. That know-how between the three of those guys provides so much stability for Caleb Williams that you guys, just, what they'll have to adjust to on the fly as they begin to, gel with each other when they're in camp, things that the coach is Dennis Allen is going to try those guys right away as soon as they put on pads. As soon as they put on pads, he's going to start throwing wrinkles at them to get them really, really ready for a football season. And that's what you expect. You want him to bring stuff at them that they don't expect. And here's the teaching stuff. The teaching tape is going to happen after they get off the practice field, get back into the film room, and this is when the gel starts to happen. They'll begin to communicate. They'll start to create a cohesive unit that we can all be proud of and they can all be comfortable with, because that's going to be the key. How fast do they get comfortable with each other? The fact that all three of those guys are veterans, they're going to bring Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones or whoever is at left tackle right along with them. So I'm telling you, all of this whole situation is a win, win, win all the way across the board. The pedigree is there, the consistency in Drew Dalman's play, and the stability he's going to provide with those other veterans around him. I'm telling you, we're set up. I'm not going to go overboard and say we're going to have the best offensive line football. No, I'm not going to say that. But I think once they start to gel, and once the communication level goes up, and once they really have a feel for one another and how they play, then you can start having those conversations. But it's going to take a little bit of time, some camp, maybe a few games in the season, but they'll find each other. And that's the key to it, man. Just being able to play with somebody and being able to feel the guy next to you, that's important. In any part of a team sport, it's just being able to feel the guys around you. And in this part of the field in particular, that offensive line, they really need to gin up the communication and gin up the gel. They're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time around each other and learn each other. But I think if all goes well, which I think it will, we're setting up for a situation for the next couple of years, man. We are gonna be rock solid on the interior of that offensive line. Caleb Williams is gonna be able to drop back in the pocket and step up comfortably and deliver the ball when he needs to. And that's really all the quarterback can ask for from his interior guys. That's it. And whoever they, bring in the draft as a running back along with DeAndre Swift, I think they're going to get after guys. But this is a real solid signing. No, I did not do video. I'm just describing what I've seen on tape. I think the key to Drew Dalman in conversations with him, whoever you're having conversations with, make sure you mention the consistency. That guy's consistent all the way across the board. This is a solid signing, guys. We got every reason to be proud of what they're doing right here. I love it. I can't wait to do these next couple of videos of new guys that we brought in. But this guy, I had to start here. This was the first signing. I had to give you guys my take on what I thought about it. But more to come in the future, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you want to see more of this content come out. The more and more you guys support us, the more and more I feel encouraged and we get the juice to put out more and more content. So I'm telling you, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. That's how we're going to keep it coming. So I just want to leave you guys with these last words, these famous last words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But that being said, we are